Now, a lot of people have been saying, and this is the third time that I'm saying this, a lot of people have been saying that they think that Hannah might have had something to do with Mona's murder, Hannah being A. Once again, back to the videos where we talked about that. Hannah being A would be absolutely freaking amazing. I would be shocked off the couch. I would have no words. I'd be like, that'd be like Megan being A. Like, holy crap. Do I think that it was Hannah? No. Did I read somewhere that Hannah is supposedly framed? Yes, I have read that. Who do I think that she meant by the betrayal? I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say what I've said since the beginning, since she was murdered, and that is Lucas. I really, truly
Towards
feel...
the end, she was really close with Lucas.
Absolutely. And before anybody starts saying, well, Lucas was there and he was crying, I'm very well aware of the fact that Lucas was standing outside of Mona's house that day and was putting on an act of crying. Duh, I watched the episode. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that he is the person that had something to do with but it was a girl. Okay. Yes, the person had long blonde hair. Do I think it was Alison? No. Sorry.
Hermie.
That was frightening the way you
That
just
was
said
a dude. That was a dude. She was getting freaking
blasted.
Roundhoused. She was getting tossed around that freaking literally.
And that was upsetting to watch. Like,
and
that
we know Mona. Like, we know
Mona was a feisty little bitch.
Yeah, like, we know Mona. Like, we know when she was, like, you know, doing certain things or whatever.
For Christ's sake, she's the original A. Like, yeah.
She did, like,
she's badass.
And I'm not saying Lucas is strong by any means, but that was not a girl. No. And there was a reason that wig looked so wiggish. It's because it's not real freaking hair.
There was a reason that wig looked
seriously,
so wiggish.
Like Donald Trump might as well went in there with a blonde wig.
Yeah, and been like, you're fired.
Like, it just doesn't even make any sense.
As soon as Grunwald said that, instantly my thoughts turned to Lucas.
And I don't believe that if Hannah had anything to do with it, she would have been the one to call Grunwald.
No, because knowing that Grunwald is supposedly psychic...
Yes.
Why would she incriminate herself like that? Like, even Hannah, and Hannah, like Mona said, is not stupid.
She's not stupid.
But she'd be sitting there thinking to herself, well, if she is psychic, she'd know that I'm the one who fucking killed her. So, no. I'm sorry. No. Okay. Anyway, next topic.
All right. Then we learned that Allie did go somewhere Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, she did.
Jason said.
She could have went down the store and grabbed herself a drink. Who knows where she went that day?
I think that she went somewhere. I think that A, lured her out of the house, sent her a text, whatever.
Something.
She needed to go wherever she went. And I think that was A's way of framing her for that time.
Absolutely. And she even said that tonight to the girls, which, you know, that really...
We'll talk about it when we get there.
We'll talk about it when we get there. But back to that really quick. A lot of people also are saying that was Cece. Cece is being set up to look like a freaking... the person who would have done it. Do I think that Cece is on the A team? No.
Okay.
I do not.
Here's the thing. Arya and Caleb are together. And here's what's not sitting well with me. First of all, Caleb is teaching Arya to hack. I don't trust Arya, so that's a big mistake. She didn't get accepted to college, whatever. Why was she doing it? Why did it have to be on Mona's computer?
Yeah, that didn't...
And why did she have Mona's computer?
Yeah.
That's weird to me. And she never mentioned it to the girls. Except for... She told Emily, but did she tell her that they took Mona's computer? Or did she just say she got attacked by A? Do you know what I mean?
I think that she might have said something about it because... Emily questioned her, asking as to whether or not that was Alison, and she said yes, she was sure that it was Alison that took Mona's computer.
Okay. But the thing is, though, like, why...
Why
like,
Arya
if you could
in possession when
like,
it was sitting with Caleb and Hannah
he had two
previously,
computers there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Why not look on the other one and hack into something?
Yeah,
I understand
especially
what you're
considering
saying, yes.
Mona's computer was such a big...
And he couldn't even get into the hard
drive. And why would he give her the computer to leave with? We're always thinking, guys. All right. So that's it. Makes sense to me. All right. Here was my thing. Okay, obviously the thing ran out of battery, but let's just say by some freaking miracle that this thing was like via a computer or something where it didn't run out of battery. They go to plant the evidence, which is dumb. They go to plant this evidence, but the girls find a camera. What's to say that this wasn't like just a normal camera and it would run out of battery? Here's my thing. If it ran out of battery, that, like, didn't she say it ran out of battery, like, the next day or whatever? Or it filmed through that? Why would she have... Was there any footage prior to that that we don't know about that? Did
For
she
instance,
know
the
that
person
something was...
facing the camera walking in the door?
And that person's face was never shown. So I think that person had knowledge that camera was there.
Exactly.
Hence,
because that person took the hoodie off as they were going up the stairs.
Yep.
And then when they entered...
They had the hoodie back on.
Well, back to what we said even back then. Whether or not there were two people there that day.
Yeah.
One with actual long blonde hair, the other with the wig that looked wiggish.
I don't think there was two people there. I don't. I just think it was like the camera, whatever, like however it was shown. I
however
don't think
it was
that there
shown,
was two people there.
However it was shown is the fact that as they showed that person, they showed that person from here to the wig stopping right here, possibly hiding an Adam's apple for a guy.
And I mean, the hair looked fake, obviously, but
well, obviously,
what I'm saying though is like that person made sure that like they were doing a lot of moving, their head was down, so that they weren't actually looking like the movement was awkward. Now, whether it was to just not show their face and like, you know what I mean, whatever, like
they were aware of the camera's
but it
presence,
seemed like
right.
Exactly. That's what it seemed like. And it seemed like Mona knew something was going to happen that day, and that's why the cameras were rolling that day.
You know what doesn't sit well with me is why Arya was the last person that Mona called. Out of all people. She didn't call Hannah. Hell, she didn't call Mike.
What did she say to her again?
That Alison is A, and she has proof.
I don't think that was Mona. Did we see Mona?
We saw Mona talking on the phone, yes.
But did we see her face as she said, Mona is A?
You mean Alison is
or
A?
Or Alison is A.
Yes, we saw her face saying that.
Oh, okay. All right.
As Arya was standing there with Ezra, who just walked in with two pies.
I hate her guts. But something's fishy with that whole thing. Like somebody knew there was a camera there, and all right. Hannah goes to talk to Mona's mom about there being a camera there. Can somebody tell me why Mona's mom keeps giving Hannah stuff?
Like the book and the dog, yeah.
Do you want to keep that, Hannah? Sure. Like,
well,
and you said it was like, oh, Mona's gonna leave clues.
Well,
to
Mona
where
is
she
leaving
is.
clues as to where she is, yes.
But the thing is how is she leaving clues to where she is unless she knew where she was going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? If she's leaving clues to where she is,
or as to what
is
happened
trying
that
to
day,
hurt
or whatever the case may be.
She knew
right.
something was gonna happen.
Right.
She was prepared for it. Do you know what I mean?
Mona's always one step ahead.
Yeah, like she was prepared for it. She knew it was gonna happen. So, Ace stole Mona's computer, and Arya got her ass kicked. Yeah. Here's my thing. Is it just me, or does it seem like everybody wears a black hoodie now? Because I don't believe that person was A.
No.
Well, which A? Because A, to me, it seems like there's certain times where A is targeting the girls and actually really wants to hurt the girls. Give me an example of when somebody actually got really hurt or whatever. When
Hannah got hit by the car.
Well, that was, yeah.
That was supposedly Mona.
Supposedly Mona. People are always dying. Freaking...
Garrett Reynolds.
Yeah, Garrett.
Wilden.
Well, you could say, yeah,
Although
Wilden.
Cece killed him, supposedly. Mrs. D.
So this person has targeted the girls, tried to kill the girls. Emily getting tied to the...
Spencer with the snake inside of the room.
Yeah.
Emily getting locked into the garage. With the...
when she got tied to... Who got tied to... It was Emily when she got tied to the thing in Ravenswood. She got tied to that... the wood chopper.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So we know that A wants to hurt these girls. But why is it that there's sometimes where A comes face to face with these girls
and doesn't
do anything?
Exactly.
These are not... Anytime that happens, like this person that confronted Arya and stole Mona's computer, that was not A.
No.
Same thing when whoever was in the house that went after Alison started choking her a little bit, but definitely could have finished the job.
Same
and just
thing,
ran away.
Same thing in the Christmas episode when Hannah was upstairs and didn't get hurt. Was just
how about in the
ground.
greenhouse at Ravenswood? Like there's been a bunch of times where A could have done something and didn't. Therefore, I'm thinking that all these encounters are people doing dirty work for A, being framed, whatever you want to say. These are not actually A, these people. So I don't believe that was A that took Mona's computer. So who has Mona's computer? Could have been Lucas. Could have been Mike for all we know. You know, they're making it seem like, okay, A took Mike's phone, blah, blah, blah. But that could have been Mike trying to protect Mona. He didn't hurt Arya. You know what I mean? No, like Arya wasn't hurt at all. Nothing like that. It could have been somebody that actually cared about Arya. You know what I mean? Like just to get that computer back if somebody was framing them or telling them. You don't need to keep doing that. You could see. It could have been just anybody. You know what I mean? That could have been fucking Hannah for all we know. Do you know what I mean? Trying to get the computer back. I'm just saying.
No,
you know what I mean?
I
Somebody's
know.
asking for that computer. So but that wasn't A. So we didn't really get an A.
The fuck was that?
It was A.
No, when you did
Let
that...
me finish this into another video.